Hello and welcome to Dave the Suit Betting. Well, my last video picked two. The one at Chelmsford just missed a beat at the start and let us down. I think it came fourth. It's a good price as well, but you're always on the back foot over 5 furlongs at Chelmsford if you don't get out. The second one at Cheltenham, well, it came second. It beat all the fancied horses. It ran an absolute blinder. We did get the place action at 8.5 to 1, 17 to 2. We just got kettled by a 20 to 1 shot. I thought we were a tad unlucky, just one of the two little niggly errors that crept into its jumping. Otherwise, I think it would have won. It only went down, I think it was a neck. So at the moment, we're just over half a point down. I've had a good look at tomorrow's racing, and I think I've found an overpriced one at Stratford. Here's the race. So this is the race I'm interested in. 2 mile, 3.5 furlong at Stratford. Now Stratford is a tight track. It's very flat. It's got sharp bends and it's got a short running. Okay, the going is good to soft. Now look at this. We've only got 5 runners, and if we put a line through the 200 to 1 shot, that only leaves 4. Now obviously we've got the Harry Skelton, Dan Skelton team on a hot pot at 1 to 2. Now, you know I'm not going to tip that. We've got No Risk to Flows, Ollie Murphy. We've got Envious Editor, a course winner for Gary Hammer, who's got a good strike rate at Stratford. He's one of the better trainers at Stratford. And we've got Walking on Air, first time for this trainer, Gary Brown. Okay. Well, as you can see, the favourites 1 to 2. Let's have a look at the horse that I like at a much bigger price. Let's have a look at its penultimate run over the chasers in a novice chase at Newbury. This is the horse I'm interested in. Currently in last in the black and white colours, number 2. So this is a novice chase. So it's in last, travelling okay. Jumped that well. Jumping very well. Now that all the horses are going well in a group here. This is not a flapping track, this is Newbury. Scrambled over that a little bit untidy at that fence. Horse is going well. If anything, it's a little bit keen. Scrambled over that, a bit untidy. It is a novice, and these are decent fences at Newbury. The horse is still going well. The pace has quickened. So it's coming through now. And the ground is soft this day. Look how well he's going. Look how well he is going. And they're going a decent clip. The pace has quickened. Jumped that okay. Now he's being pushed along a little bit, but, you know, we're nearing the finish. Jumped that very well. Jumped that okay. Now he jumps this fence, then he starts to hang a little. Jumps fine. And on the running, he just starts to hang. Watch. He's just hanging right. So that what the jockey does now is switches it round the horse. Lost about half a length, and then he starts to stay on again. And he just fails. I thought that was a good run for a horse. First time over the chasers in a novice chase at Newbury. Well, as you can see there, it jumped really well. The ground might have been a little bit too soft for it. I'm not saying it was too far. It ran on well. It just seemed to get tapped for toe just a little bit, and it did hang on the straight, and the jockey swished it. But it was never stopping. That was its first run for 247 days. Now, it was trained by Nicky Henderson. Last year, Nicky Henderson had an abysmal year. It did run at Cheltenham. So let's have a look at the form of Walking on Air. So, it was trained for by Nicky Henderson. And that form I've just shown you was on its chase debut. Now, will it want further? Maybe. But it's won at 2 mile only 2 years ago in a hurdle race at Newbury by 13 length. It won in a canter. It was impressive. Good to soft. Then it got pulled up at Aintree in a Grade 1 race, a novice hurdle. Okay? Ran at Aintree 2-4 that day. Prominent ridden after 2 out, no extra running. Okay, Aintree's a nice flat track. That's a hurdle. No extra. Prominent. So it can race handily. So then another run. And then it ran at Exeter. And it won 2 miles 7. Travelled strongly. Raced in second. So it can race up with the pace. We know that. Went second, third. Made strong challenge. Led 2 out. Clear last. Pushed out. Okay. Then it ran at the Cheltenham Festival. Walking on Air got beaten 4 1/4 length. So then they ran it at Punchestown, ran down the pan. And then it ran at Newbury, and that's the race I've just shown you. That was after a 247 break. Then had a bit of a break, and it ran at Chepstow on heavy ground, which I don't think it likes. And then it changed trainer from Nicky Henderson to Gary Brown. And that the reason why is the change of ownership. So Tabor Gang had it until the 21st of October 2024. So, Load de Sud. Never ran over the chasers. Hurdles all the way through. That's raced some good ones. It ran at Cheltenham last year. And here it is. Over 2-1 on heavy ground. Headed towards finish, 2 mile 1. Next time out in April. Ran at Ayr on hurdles, soft ground. Here it is in 5th. Bit bunched up that day, but it's a decent handicap hurdle. But it does make the odd mistake here. Not fluent last at Cheltenham. At Newbury. Jump left last. And I know at Stratford, the Skelton Gang, they do well. Look at this. This is the current season. 8 out of 23 winners. 35%. But that makes it a 2-1 shot, not a 1-2 shot. Envious Editors won at this course, but it was an amateur race for amateur riders. There it is. It won well. On to chase. And it did win well that day. Now that win's on good ground. And this is about its right distance. Might be a bit hard for it. No risk of flow. So it's had wind surgery. Ran in May. Well down the field, over 3 miles. Now all its runs are over, wins are over shorter. It's won over more or less this distance at Wetherby, off 127. It's won that was on a hurdle. It won a chase at Wetherby off 134. It's running off 127. That was on soft ground. This is a stronger race, but it wasn't going away that day at Wetherby. So it knows how to win, and he's not without a chance. But look at the prices. Walking on Air, 8-1. Envious Headed to 6-1. No Risk to Flow, 9-2. The favourite, Load of Sud, 1-2. So it had a 247-day break. And that's the run I showed you, where the one at Newbury there, after a 247-day break. It then ran at Chepstow. It threw a shoe, it didn't run well. It ran down the pan, it got pulled up. Now it's been off the track for 250 days, but a lot's happened in that time. It's still being trained by Nicky Henderson up until last week. It's changed ownership, and as such it's changed trainer. But let me tell you something. First of all, the favourite in the race, 1-2 shot, the Skelton team. They've got a horse running in the previous race. It's vying for favouritism at 6-4. He's got a good strike rate, Skelton, at Stratford this year. They're absolutely flying. But I think he might be going in with that one. Now, the favourite here, it's never jumped a fence. All right, it's only been running over the hurdles. Good quality hurdle races. It's not quite been getting home over 2 mile and 2 mile 1. This is 2 mile 3.5. Now it is an easier track, but it's also a faster track. It's also good to soft ground, and the horse likes soft ground. So if it's on the better side of the ground, let's say it's more good than good to soft, it might get tapped for toe. It might not jump. It has thrown a few errors in over the hurdles a time or two. Let me tell you about the one I like, Walking on Air. Up until last week, it was trained by Nicky Henderson. It's 8-1. If, with exactly the same form, it said underneath where it says trainer, instead of saying Gary Brown, if it said Nicky Henderson, this horse would not be 8-1. You can actually, if you shop around, you can get 9s, by the way, and 8.5s is freely available. But 8-1 with 365. So I'm advising half stake, Walking on Air, 8-1. Now I do my profit and loss to £20, but I'm advising half stake. So £10 win, Walking on Air at a freely available 8-1. If this horse, it's still got Nicky Henderson's name underneath the trainer, it would be 7-2, 4-1 all day long. And he trained the horse up until last week. This is Dave the Suit, an overpriced horse at Stratford for Thursday. Bye for now.